If you have 30 minutes, you can make the best chicken ramen at home. Hi, I'm Carrie with eatingonadime.com, and this recipe is budget friendly. We're gonna take this very inexpensive ramen and turn it into the best restaurant quality chicken ramen. It has chicken, the ramen, and it's loaded with vegetables, and you're gonna be shocked how easy it is to make. You can find the full recipe linked in the description. Let's get cooking. First, boil a pot of water. So we're gonna bring this to a boil to cook the ramen. Once the water comes to a roiling boil, go ahead and add in your ramen. Make sure you remove that seasoning packet. We are not going to use this. Now this package says to cook for 3 minutes, so I'm gonna cook them for only 2. For this recipe, you're going to need 3 packages of ramen. After it's been cooking for about 30 seconds or so, go ahead and take a spoon and break up those pieces. Now you're not breaking up the ramen, they're still long, you're just separating them so they can cook evenly. Make sure you drain immediately. You can rinse them off with cold water, but I also like to drizzle with about a tablespoon of olive oil and then toss it. This prevents them from sticking while we're finishing cooking the rest of the recipe. First, we're going to dice up our chicken. I prefer, you can pound it. I prefer to just fillet it because it's faster. You make these 2 thin pieces. I'm gonna lay them on top, run my knife lengthwise, and to cut them into bite-sized pieces. The smaller they are, the faster they'll cook. The bigger they are, the slower they'll cook. It's all really personal preference. But we want about 1-inch pieces. This is my all-time favorite knife. You can grab it linked in the description, but you're just going to push flat on the chicken, run that knife through it. You'll have 2 little pieces. If you are not good at cutting, just separate them, but I leave them on top of each other. I'm gonna turn the chicken and then we're gonna cut them the long ways. That's so we're cutting against the grain, so we have really tender chicken pieces. Then we're gonna cut them again. Again, about 1-inch pieces, but honestly, it's really up to you on how big you wanna cut them. Now we can head to the stovetop right now, but this recipe actually cooks really fast. So what I like to do is get everything ready, all chopped up before we even turn on that skillet. So let's get a new cutting board because we can't have cross-contamination. I actually do have an extra knife, but you could just wash it, and we're gonna get our veggies ready. We're gonna dice up all of these vegetables, so I'm going to use my food chopper. I did want to talk about how when you order a food chopper, because it's linked in the description, you'll see the smaller ones and the bigger ones. I'm going to use the bigger ones. Now, this is still pretty diced, so if you want nice, big, chunky vegetables, you can do that. You'll just need to saute them for an extra minute or 2 than what the recipe calls for, because I actually dice these up for mine. First, we need an onion, at least a half an onion. So we're going to get this ready, cut the ends off, cut it in half. We'll save this for later. And then we're going to peel this other half. Well, if I can catch it. Then I'm just going to cut it into a quarter. So cut it in half again. Press it right on top. Push that in there. And you have beautifully chopped onions. No crying. I love it. Now we need a red bell pepper. Now any bell pepper will work, but I'm gonna use red. This one is actually really big, so I'm probably only gonna do a half of one, just because most bell peppers are not this large. Now we're just going to trim off the insides, and all I'm doing is making these to where they will fit inside my chopper. So see, this is too big, so I'm gonna cut all these in half. That way they chop up really quickly. And now I need some broccoli. 1, 2, just about a half, not a half, a whole cup of broccoli, but we're gonna dice it. So first I'm just gonna trim off the ends and then cut them into florets. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to use my chopper, but I just make them into thin slices like this. Once they're in those thinner slices, just add it to the chopper and chop it up. Now, of course, if you don't have a chopper, you can just run your knife through it into bite-sized pieces. If you'd rather your florets be bigger, you can keep them as florets instead of dicing them up. Now I have everything perfectly chopped. The last vegetable we need is some shredded carrots. You can shred your own, you can even dice them up really small, but carrots take a while to cook in like a stovetop. So our little trick is we like to shred them or use the little matchsticks. I call them shredded at the grocery store, and that's what we're gonna do today. Now let's make our sauce. We need a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. You can also use, I think it's called coconut aminos for gluten-free. Then we need to add in 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. The cool thing about our recipes is we actually have all the ingredients linked. So if you can't find this at your local grocery store, which you should be able to, but we have them linked for you as well at eatingonadime.com. 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar and a tablespoon of sriracha sauce. Enter the world's smallest whisk and whisk it together. So the sauce is now mixed together and we're ready to head to the stovetop. See, already so simple. In a large skillet, heat about a tablespoon of oil. Then add in that diced chicken. Ooh, you can hear it sizzling. Spread that chicken out into a thin layer. You're gonna be tempted to saute it. Don't. We wanna let it sit and let it start to brown. Season it with a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Now let that chicken get brown on one side before you flip it. So it took us about 3 minutes. Now we're gonna let it cook another 3 minutes to get that chicken cooked through. Now we're gonna remove the chicken once it's cooked through, but see all this brown stuff on the pan? That's what you want. That adds a lot of flavor to this recipe. Go ahead and add in your veggies. We got the carrots and then all those diced up broccoli, bell peppers, and onions. If you need to add more oil, you can. This is different. We're gonna actually saute these until they get soft, but they are still brightly colored. This is when you get to decide how long you cook them. If you like your veggies softer, you're gonna cook them a little bit longer. Now the veggies are almost done cooking. I like to kind of make a little well in the middle and toss in that garlic to let it heat up. We did 2 teaspoons of minced garlic or 2 cloves of garlic minced. Now you're going to shred in some fresh not garlic. I couldn't get my words right. It is ginger. You can use ground ginger, but check the recipe for that. I highly recommend you do fresh in this recipe. Then we're gonna saute this for about a minute so you can smell the amazing ginger and garlic. Add that chicken right back in. I like to give it a good mix together. Pour in your sauce. This is when I like to grab that spoon and scrape the bottom of the pan, get all that brown stuff up, and that adds so much more flavor to your sauce. Add your cooked ramen, then toss together. You might want to switch to tongs and get everything coated in that sauce. At first, it might not seem like a lot of sauce, but don't worry. As you move it around, you want to keep moving it until that ramen is all coated in that sauce. There you go, it's done. I mean, look at the colors. It's delicious and ready in 30 minutes. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this recipe. It's amazing. Time for my favorite part, eating it. I love it because you don't need to serve it with anything else. It's got the pasta, the protein, the veggies, everything in it. Now, when I first made this recipe, I didn't include the veggies. And my kids just devoured it, so I decided to add in the veggies, and I love it even more with the veggies, as you can see as I'm trying to scoop up more veggies on my plate. You can add some sesame seeds if you'd like. To me, that makes it feel even fancier, just like a restaurant. Before we go, don't forget to grab the full recipe linked in the description below, and like and subscribe. I don't want you to miss any more amazing dinners. There's so much flavor to this. And you're gonna think when you're tossing it that there's not enough sauce, guys, but I'm telling you, it's perfect amount. It's so good. Let me know in the comments if you make it. I'm so excited to see what you make. Leave us a review on eatingonadime.com. That's it, friends. I hope you loved today's recipe. If you love easy meals just like this, don't forget to watch our next video. Ah. Oh my goodness.